Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular, mystery reading number 674. Before getting into this reading, chances are that most of the people watching this video are not subscribed, so if you are a reoccurring viewer, you enjoy my work and would like to help support the growth of my channel, feel free to do so by sticking around and hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing the notification bell next to it if you feel called to. My current goal is 500 subscribers so I can have access to offering channel memberships, so if you do decide to subscribe and support my channel, thank you very much. Now this is the part where I usually get into interpreting the number of the video, which is 674 for this video, but before I get into interpreting that number, I first want to interpret a lot of numbers that I noted down in my computer because it felt very guided for sure. The numbers are 444, 555, and 456. There's a lot of numbers here, so if you don't have the patience to listen to this, maybe this isn't your reading, but I'm going to go through each number and interpret them. The number 444 I wrote down at 4:44 p.m. before starting the reading is when I saw the number 444. I was looking at the clock on my phone and I felt that that was a sign for someone watching this reading to focus on better or healthier eating habits. And if you don't resonate with that, there's a general encouragement here to focus on and prioritize health and self-care. I feel pretty strong heart chakra energy. There could be something significant here as well with your throat chakra. Maybe there's some way here about expressing yourself honestly. Expressing yourself in a raw, truthful, I almost want to say unfiltered type of way, but obviously, be responsible in your communication. If you feel like you need to be filtered, just do what you feel called to do. But the number 555, I saw this number when I was walking into the kitchen around 4:53 and 4:54 p.m. and I saw it on the stove clock in the kitchen, which is a sign for someone here to embrace change, to transform from within. This is a very specific message. If you resonate with better or healthier eating habits, your ancestors are guiding you towards that, by the way. Then you might feel called to change those eating habits and transform on the inside in the way that you need to embrace those external changes. And the number 456, I saw that when I was opening up my computer to take notes of all of these numbers that I was seeing, because I felt called to, because this message feels very guided and very focused. I just got a vision of a card. I can generally feel like the energy of the Ancestor Spirit Oracle cards. So for anyone who needs to hear it, your ancestors, past loved ones, are definitely here and present for you, especially if you had a strong connection with them. 456 is a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason, that there is a reason that you're being guided or feeling called to to put it in a general terms, unhealthy habits into healthier habits. That's the thing. Something that I thought was interesting was like, if you're trying to change a bad habit, replace it with a good habit. So that way you don't really have to get rid of the repetitive nature or something like that. So maybe that could be useful for someone if you have a bad habit. Whenever you feel that temptation, maybe you can, distract yourself. Divert it, if that's the right word. So, now that I'm done going through all those numbers that I saw before starting this reading, now we're going to get into the number 674. The number 647 might be a significant reading for somebody. I've been hearing numbers I just got a vision of the star card. I've been hearing numbers before, like during my readings, something new that I'm picking up on. So if you really feel called to the number of that reading that I said, I encourage you to watch it, because I think it would be interesting if it resonates with you at all, and if it does, how. The number 647, but the way that I interpret numbers, is about unconditional love, unhealthy attachments, which is interesting because I also associate this devilish, wanting to indulge and give in to temptation, whatever that means for you. I feel like it's about protecting yourself from unhealthy attachments and ultimately an unhealthy lifestyle, an unhealthy, chaotic lifestyle. So there could definitely be some sort of attachment here that someone is being called to release or let go or reconcile with, just address and find peace with, because you deserve peace, and there is so much more to life. Maybe this is a good opportunity for you to open up your mind more. The number 7 is about wisdom, and I just looked at the clock and it's a 7 surrounded by a bunch of zeros. That might be significant for somebody. But the number 7 is about wisdom. There's something very important, very powerful that you can learn here, not only for yourself, but also share with the world. And if it resonates with you, help make it a better place and help create change. Maybe you do feel called to be the change that you wish to see. And then the number 4, as we talked about before, I already saw 444. That was about better and healthier eating habits, and just a general encouragement to focus on health and self-care and self-love. Someone who's really being called to nurture yourself, so that way you can, it's like going back to nature. It's really hard to describe. Maybe you do feel called to nature. If you don't, that's okay. But the universe, your spirit guides, do want you to embrace, in some way, shape, or form, a healthier lifestyle, something that provides more stability, more peace, and more prosperity, if it's the right word, or abundance. You're really, really being guided here to listen to your intuition, to follow your intuition, your inner voice, your passions, but not blindly. Be wise in the choices that you make. But that's the thing, like, life is both about imagination and realism. That's pretty deep. You might be thinking into some deeply philosophical type things. And I just looked at the timer, and it had the number 9 with a bunch of zeros, which is about your purpose and helping the world release what no longer works. So this is a pretty specific message. It can be taken as more general, but I can tell that this might really resonate with someone, especially because of my own personal journey. I've been focusing on better eating habits myself because, oh, I live in America. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so now that I'm done interpreting all of those numbers, that took a little while, but that's okay. I'm going to draw a card from well, I forgot to talk about something. I'm being reminded. So there was also significance here about the fact that it's a little bit stormy outside. Wow, and it's going to storm tonight later at 9 p.m. Wow, your purpose and hope in the world, making a difference in some way, is definitely being highlighted here. But a storm for me, especially because where I live, they tested the tornado sirens. They do like every first Wednesday of the month or something where I live. And being in Ohio, if you know what happened last tornado season, oh, it's interesting times over here. But a storm or tornadoes is symbolic for me of like a chaotic, scary situation. You being called to be the calm within the storm. I can hear birds outside. And I just heard Iocheli, which that's an old message that came through months ago. It hasn't came through in a while, which that means birds in Italian. So for somebody, your ancestors might be connecting with you through birds, or they might be significant somehow. They definitely don't have to be, but I just got a vision of that scene from the movie Beetlejuice, whenever that guy in that house is looking at the birds outside with the binoculars. If you don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. But it could be significant for someone, maybe like confirmation or something. Man, there's just so much energy here. There's so many signs. So if I miss some, I'm human. I can only do so much. But yeah, let's go ahead and use the Prisma Visions Tarot. I just got flashed the World card. I don't know if I showed it, but this is the Prisma Visions Tarot. We're going to look into your current situation now that we're done with all of those numbers. I can just be so forgetful sometimes. I have the Seven of Cups in reverse. There's a planet here. It's either Venus or Mars. I'm not sure. I'm looking at 1:22 on the timer right now, which is a sign about how change starts with you. And then the zodiac sign of Scorpio. And this is water energy. I just saw 1, 2, 3 on the timer, which is a sign to trust that everything happens for a reason. 1, 2, 3 is a number that's been coming through a lot. With the Seven of Cups here, I feel like your current situation, you're being presented with a lot of choices, but you feel confused whether you know it or not. It's interesting as well, because the Seven of Cups, the number 7, maybe there's like a lack of awareness here about something, or just a general need here to reflect more, to find more answers, more guidance, more direction, maybe more meaning. Oh my gosh, there's a snake in that cup. So there could be an emotional offer or opportunity here that is not, it may not be what it seems on some level. This could be a love situation, a personal project. It could be anything that is connected to your emotions, or it could even be your emotions themselves. Itself. I don't know. I just feel someone here who, wow, could embrace more the Hermit energy. I said wow because when I thought of like the Hermit card is associated with the number 9, which tells me that if you feel like you don't know what your purpose is or how you could help make the world a better place by you don't have to do anything big and fantastical, but you can if you want to. You know, it's just about doing your part, taking care of yourself and loving yourself in the way that you deserve, so that way you can promote and spread that energy. Be the change that you wish to see. That's a clear message here. You want other people to make better choices, to see things more clearly. That change first starts with you, because, you know, we're really not as alone as we feel at times. Like, I was thinking recently about what it would be like to live in New York City, because, like, could you imagine being around that many people all at once, all the time? Introverts, no. But it's crazy. It's crazy. I'm getting strong earth energy here. Like, maybe you are really being called to connect with Earth more, or Mother Earth, or Gaia, or whatever calls to you related to nature. You might even feel called to nature spirits, which is actually a card in the Ancestor Spirit Oracle. So somebody's ancestors is confirming for somebody, you know, your whole connection to nature spirits, if it exists. If it doesn't, that's okay. It's just not a message for you, and that's not a problem. The best, well, actually, let's save that information for the next card and the last card that I'm going to pull for this reading from the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot. And I just heard the word incubo, which means nightmare, I believe, in Italian. So there's definitely that stormy energy again. Something in your life feels like a nightmare, and you're being called to release it, whether it's going on the inside or on the outside. Something emotional, either way. So let's draw out this card now. I'm feeling like the energy of a rainbow as well. Remember that after a storm, there is a rainbow with maybe some gold, you know? Beauty and then some. Definitely keep moving forward, whoever is watching this. You're not going to regret it. It's really going to speak to you on a human level, if that makes sense. So I have the Knight of Cups. It says grace, fluid, momentum, focus, which is funny because my camera is going in and out of focus, action, emotional stability. In reverse, it says disappointment, sulky, gloomy, brooding, think before you act, logic over emotion, and impulsive. So you could resonate with one side, both sides. I mean, on some level, we all resonate with both sides, let's be real. But one could be more pronounced right now. You might feel more connected to the light side of the Knight of Cups, or the dark side of the Knight of Cups. Let me think for a second. I feel like there's guidance here to focus on your emotional stability, like maturing how you express yourself emotionally, whether it's to others, through art, just taking responsibility for your mental, emotional, and spiritual, if you feel called, well-being, and physical as well, which really, really aligns with the idea of focusing on better eating habits. I think your ancestors are here to help you encourage habits that are about taking care of yourself in the way that you have always deserved. Maybe especially as a child, if that resonates for you. I'm seeing like a lot of pinky red type of colors in these cards, and greens as well. This makes me think of the root chakra and the heart chakra, and like earthy, grounding type of energy. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If you feel called to the idea of grounding yourself or understanding what grounding is, confirmation for that. Your spirit guides are really, really here to help you live a healthier, more fulfilling, aligned, clear, confident life.